Hello and welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya. Today I'm going to guide you through a slow Hatha style flow, a very energizing flow, perfect to do first thing in the morning or even midday if you need a little pick-me-up. So as far as props today, you may need a blanket as well as blocks if you have them, or something that resembles blocks. I also want to invite you over to my website, asanasandwellness.com, to check out my virtual class schedule. I have classes coming up this month and next month on Sundays at noon. We'll be doing a yin style flow for self-care. All tickets are donation-based with a free ticket option if you need it. So if you're ready for today's flow, let's get started. So we're going to start in a seated position. And if you like, you can take your blanket, fold it up, and place it up under your hips. Just kind of elevate you a bit under your sits bones. Just cross one leg in front of the other in our cross-leg position or Sukhasana. And with your spine nice and tall, just grounding down through your sits bones. Just take a few deep breaths in and out of your nose. And if you'd like, go ahead and close your eyes or just keep your gaze low. As you breathe all the way deep down into your belly. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment, in the time that you have carved out for a practice today, so that you can move your body and feel good overall. So we'll begin with some gentle side stretches. So if you like, you can open your eyes slowly. We're going to place your right hand down to the mat beside you, your fingertips. Extend your left arm up on the inhale. Extend up, sending your crown up. Maybe lifting through your chest a bit. And on the exhale, bend it over towards the right. Rotating your chest up towards the sky. And exhale, release. Let's take it to the other side. So left fingertips to the mat. Right arm up. Inhale, extend up. And exhale, bending over towards the left. And returning to neutral. Let's bring our palms together at our heart center. And we're going to, right here in prayer hands, we're going to just take some gentle twists. So go ahead and begin to slowly rotate on an exhale from the waist, rotating towards the left. It may feel kind of challenging here. It's leaving your palms at heart center, or you may find it extremely easy. It's just however far you can go today is perfect. And exhale, release to center. And inhale. And on the exhale, twist it towards the right. And exhale, release. Now from here, we're going to come to our tabletop position. And if you need to, you can place your blanket under your knees if you need support there. And we're going to be doing some cat-cow poses here. But we're going to from tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We're going to extend your left leg out to the side. Maybe bring the sole of your foot to the mat. Rotate your foot down. Extend that leg out. We're going to do cat-cows from this position. So inhale, arch your spine, send your gaze up, tailbone up, and exhale, rounding through the spine. So as you're arching and rounding your spine, you're also feeling hopefully a little stretch right in your inner hip here, your inner thigh, your left thigh. All the way down along, maybe even down near your knee. And just kind of take it at whatever pace feels the best for you. Pressing through your hands, through your fingers, pressing away from the mat on your cat pose. Okay, now coming back to neutral, let's bring that left leg in. Let's extend your right leg out and do a few cat-cows here. Allowing yourself to feel that same gentle opening in your inner right thigh this time. Beautiful. Now coming to a neutral back, go ahead and bring that right leg in. Maybe move your hands up an inch or two. Just going to take some hip circles. So just kind of move. You can either go left to right, you can just go front to back, but kind of move, find gentle movements, pressing into your hips. And you can also include some back movement here to continue warming up your spine. Maybe arching as you come forward, moving back, rounding, sending your hips side to side, just gentle movement here. Okay, and once you kind of stretched a bit, your hips, your back, we're going to find our wide-legged child's pose, or any child's pose actually that you like. It doesn't have to be wide-legged. If you're wide-legged, bring your knees maybe as far to each side of your mat, wherever feels best for you. Big toes touching, hips sitting back down, going back down towards your heels. They may not reach. And just extend your arms forward, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Just taking some deep breaths here. Now we're going to do a variation of thread the needle. So take your right hand, your right arm, and kind of thread it through under your left arm. And if you have to, adjust a bit. Finding a nice stretch in your right shoulder. Pressing down into that shoulder. And now let's release that and take it to the other side. and release, coming up back to your tabletop, moving your hands about an inch or so in front of you for downward facing dog. Curl your toes, pressing up, sending your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees bent if that feels better, or even walk your feet out while having a gentle stretch in those hamstrings. From here, we're going to make our way to the front of our mat into a forward fold. So you can bring your feet wide and walk them forward, or you can walk your hands back to your feet, or you can hop up to the front. Get there however you need to get there. Meet me in your forward fold. So now your heads dangle a bit. Grabbing opposite elbows. Over here, grab your block. Place it right in the middle, right in front of your face. Kind of between your feet. And we're going to come up to a half fold. Placing your right hand on the block, right in front of your face there. And inhale. On the exhale, take your left arm. We're going to take a twist. Send your left arm up. Raising up, if you can, towards your left fingertips. And exhale, release. And let's switch hands. So placing your left hand on the block. Exhale, twist. And release. Move that block over to the side. Coming back to your forward fold. And exhale, you're going to ground down into your feet. Maybe bend your knees a bit. Begin to slowly roll up through your spine. Head and shoulders coming up last. Until you find yourself in your mountain pose. So grounding down into your feet, we're going to take 3 inhales and exhales. So we're going to, on the inhale, bring your arms up, rounding all the way up. 2 palms to touch at the top, and on the exhale, bringing your palms down to heart center. Exhaling out of your mouth. Once again, inhale. Palms to touch. And exhale out of your mouth, bringing your palms down to your heart center. One more time. From here, we're going to send your hips back for our chair pose. Bring your feet as wide as is comfortable for you. Okay, so you can have a little wider stance if you'd like. Sending your hips down and back for chair pose. Palms are still together at your heart center. Inhale, extend your hands up overhead. And on the exhale, step your right foot back. Warrior 1. Left knee over left ankle. Your right foot is kind of pointed diagonally towards the front right corner of your mat. Or if this is not comfortable, feel free to turn that foot, bending your, come on onto your toes for a high lunge. So whatever feels best here. If you're in your warrior 1, hips squared to face the top of the mat, arms up. And on the exhale, open up to warrior 2. So we're going to turn that right foot parallel to the back of your mat. Left knee still over that left ankle. Torso nice and tall, gazing over your fingertips. Now we're going to circle down to the mat for runner's lunge. So bringing your fingertips either to the mat, turning your right foot to face forward onto your toes, or you can use blocks here. And we're going to take a revolved runner's lunge. So send your left arm up towards the sky, maybe gazing up at your fingertips. And coming back down to the mat, I'm going to straighten your left knee, straighten that left leg for a pyramid pose. So you may have to adjust your right foot just a bit. Right toes pointed up diagonally. You can either use blocks here for pyramid pose, or you can simply fold in, holding on to your shin, or just fold down towards your thigh, however you're feeling today. Keeping your core nice and tight. And bending into your left knee to very slowly step up to the front of the mat into your forward fold. Allowing your head and neck to hang heavy. And now grounding down through your feet and slowly rolling up to find mountain pose. Beautiful. Now finding our chair pose once more. Bring your palms to heart center. Send your hips back. This time we're going to take a gentle twist to the left. A lot of twists today. So opening up, sending your left hand behind you, right hand forward. Feel free to gaze back or keep your neck gaze out towards the left, wherever's comfortable. Returning to center, and let's twist it to the right. And returning to center, stepping back into our warrior one or high lunge, whichever pose you decided today. Arms up towards the sky. And exhale, warrior two. Opening up, spinning that left foot parallel to the back of your mat. Pressing that right knee open. And circling down for our runner's lunge, spinning that left foot back. Revolved runner's lunge. Sending your right arm up towards the sky. And coming back down, hand down to the mat. We're going to press up for pyramid pose. So straighten your right leg. Bring your left in a bit. Adjust your blocks if needed. Now slowly begin to come up. And we're going to come forward, turn forward into a wide straddle. Here we're going to find Goddess pose. So with your heels in, toes out. Be careful to find your balance. On an exhale, we're going to sink our hips down, only as low as feels right for you. Let's extend our arms straight out to each side with our palms up today to receive. Placing your hands on your thighs. Exhale, drop your right shoulder down towards the mat. Maybe looking over towards the left. And coming back up, Just drop your left shoulder down. And coming up, straightening your legs for our reverse warrior. So turn your right foot parallel to the back of your mat, bending into your left. Drop your right hand back, send your left hand up, gazing up towards your fingertips. And exhale, extended side angle, your left forearm down to rest on your right thigh. Send your right hand up, creating a diagonal along the right side of your body. Your pinky going to be turned down towards your mat. And slowly pressing back up. Turning your feet to once again find our goddess pose. So inhale and exhale, sink your hips down. This time palms together at your heart. And exhale for a gentle twist to the left. Back to center. Exhale for a gentle twist to the right. And return to center. Straightening your legs. Let's find our reverse warrior. Left foot parallel to the back of your mat. Point your right foot forward. Knee over right ankle. Sending your right hand up. Gazing at your fingertips. And exhale, extended side angle. Feeling that energy along that diagonal line. And coming back up, facing the top of your mat. Very slowly and carefully stepping back up to mountain pose. Now let's take 3 of those deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and out of your mouth. Inhale, arms come up and over, palms to touch. Exhale, down to your heart center. 2 more at your own pace. Slow, deep breaths. Let's do 1 more inhale. Arms up, and on the exhale, take a forward fold. Hips up towards the sky, head hanging heavy. Your hands down to the mat, bend your knees. Step back into downward facing dog. Pressing your chest back towards the top of your thighs. Deep inhale and exhale out of your mouth. Slowly bring your knees down to the mat. We'll find a variation of Camel Pose. So coming up on your knees. Place the palms of your hands right at your lower back. Inhale, extend all the way up. Extend your neck all the way up through the crown of your head. And on the exhale, slowly press your pelvis forward gently while taking a light back bend. Send your gaze up and back. Remembering to breathe. And return to center. From here, let's come to a seated position. So extend your left leg out with your right knee, the sole of your right foot touching your inner left thigh. On an inhale, extending up, sending your arms up. And exhale, falling forward over towards your left knee. Taking a very passive fold here, so just allowing your spine to just kind of round and your head to hang heavy. Slowly pressing up. Take your right hand, place it down on the mat right behind you. Now we're going to press up to a variation of Wild Thing. So pressing up, sending your hips up, extending your left arm back behind you for a gentle back bend, gazing back. And exhale, bringing your hips back down to the mat. And let's take our head to knee on the right side. Inhale, extend up. And exhale, forward fold. Using your hands to help press yourself back up. Left hand to the mat, just behind you. Right arm up as your hips come up onto your left knee. And exhale, hips back down to the mat. From here, let's come down to a reclined position. So like bring your knees into your chest. Just kind of make a ball. Bring your feet down to the mat, close to your sits bones. We're going to come up into bridge pose, so pressing into your heels. Slowly lift your hips up. Arms out to each side. Palms facing up. Pressing up, but being careful not to overextend and to press too high. Also keeping your knees in line. Slow breaths here. And slowly coming back down to the mat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch or reclined bound angle. So allow your knees to just fall towards the mat or floor underneath. If you like, as an alternative, you could bring your feet as wide as the mat and allow your knees to fall in towards each other. So whichever you prefer today. Using your hands to help press your knees up. If you're in the bound angle, bringing your knees back up. Extend your arms out to each side. Allow your knees to fall over towards the left. Maybe send your gaze over towards the right. Or keep your gaze straight up if that feels better. Using your core strength So bring your knees back up. And let's send them over to the other side. Gazing in the opposite direction. And bringing your knees back up. Go ahead and extend your legs out for our final pose, Shavasana. So allow your feet to kind of flop open. We're only here for a minute because we want to energize. But let's just take a moment, just let our practice sink in. Face your palms up to receive. Maybe keep your gaze low. Or go ahead and close your eyes if you feel. Just notice what feels different. Notice how you're feeling. Extend your hands up above for a stretch. Point your toes. Spread your fingers. And let it go. Rolling to one side. Press yourself up. Back into our seated position. Legs crossed, palms together at your heart center. We'll end our practice with a deep cleansing breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Inhale. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste.